Sega.
Hi, I'm Jeff Beckham, Associate Brand Manager at Sega, and I'd like to welcome you back to Part 6 of our training series for Virtua Fighter 5 Final Showdown. In this video, we will cover Lao and Pai Chan. Lao Chan, the father of Pai, harnesses the legendary Wushu style Koen Ken. His movements are fast, elegant, and powerful. Up until Final Showdown, Lao's game revolved primarily around a counter-attacking strategy where he would trick opponents into attacking at the wrong time and then capitalize with an air combo. In Final Showdown, Lao has become a more well-rounded character and has acquired 2 new guard break attacks that allow him to inflict damage on less aggressive opponents. Lao's most familiar mix-up starts with the down forward punch. This attack will force opponents that are using a crouching guard to stand up and take damage from the next few hits of the string. At the end of the string, Lao has the option to use either a flip kick by pressing up, back, and kick, or a low sweep by pressing down and kick. Naturally, you should use the flip kick versus an opponent you think might duck, and the low sweep against an opponent that you think might stand up or evade. Experienced opponents familiar with this mix-up of Lao's might try to guard the first hit standing and counter midway through the string with a low punch. If you feel they might try to do this, using up kick plus guard kick will hop the low punch and award you a stagger. Reducing your opponent's options with techniques such as this will help shift the momentum into your favor, allowing you to continue with more pressure tactics. Let's explore another setup. Against opponents waiting to capitalize after guarding your attacks, try to use Lao's down punch plus kick plus guard. The latter part of the string will leave Lao in his Koke stance where he retains the advantage whether or not his first attack is guarded. He also is in good position for a few mix-ups. Here are 2 strong options from the Koke stance. First is down forward punch. This move will launch a standing or crouching opponent on normal or counter hit. The second is forward punch plus kick, which will break your opponent's guard momentarily. Use back forward punch here to get a guaranteed combo after the guard break. Lao's elbow, performed by pressing forward punch, is another useful tool for poking at your opponent. Lao's elbow move is safer than most of the other characters because it can be turned into a string by pressing punch after the first hit, and it can be delayed. Use this string when you think your opponent will try to retaliate with a high or mid attack after your elbow is guarded. In addition to the guard break from the Koke stance, Lao has another attack that can break the opponent's guard without having to go through the Koke. The command is forward punch plus kick plus guard. The downfall of this attack is the lack of range, so to use it properly, you will need to devise ways to get your opponent to guard from a fairly close range. Here's one example of a trick to get your opponent to stand still at close range. Lao's back punch plus kick and its strings will not only float on counter hit, but also have a variation after the first hit. Instead of hitting punch 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 to finish the string, Lao can hit punch plus kick instead for a second launcher. In this situation, the Akira player tries to retaliate immediately after the first hit is guarded, but runs into the second launcher and gets comboed. After falling for this setup a few times, the Akira player learns to respect the second launcher and decides to guard. This time, however, the Lao player senses Akira might stand in guard, so he uses the forward punch plus kick plus guard break after the first hit and gets a combo. Here are a few combos that can be done off of Lao's down forward punch plus kick launcher. Pai-chan, daughter of Lao Chan, is a nimble fighter who uses a fighting style named Ensei-ken, which is derived from Wushu. Her attacks are lightning fast and can be used to efficiently chip away at the opponent's life bar without too much risk. In this section, we will take a look at Pai's core poking game, as well as a few key moves she can use to launch opponents into the air. Much of Pai's game is based on her elbow class move, which looks like a quick chop and can be performed by simply pressing forward and punch. Although this isn't the only elbow class attack in the game that can reach an opponent from a moderate distance, it is one of the only ones that will leave you out of the opponent's low punch range. With the use of a quick backdash after the quick chop, Pai can also easily avoid standard elbow class moves, giving her another good way to take advantage of the opponent. In addition to the quick chop, Pai has another fast mid attack that can be used to poke at the opponent. Down forward punch plus kick has a very short range, but is as fast as some characters' high punches, and puts her at a distance fairly safe from throws and quick attacks. Try pressuring your opponent with a quick jab first in order to get close. Even if this punch is guarded, down forward punch plus kick will beat out any of their attacks and keep you relatively safe afterward. Another strong movement with evasive properties is Pai's Bokutai stance. She can enter the stance in a few different ways. She can hold back after forward punch plus kick. She can use down forward punch. She can use down punch plus kick. Or she can press down after her punch kick string. When Pai is in Bokutai, she can avoid all highs and some mids, and has a few good mix-up options. By pressing kick, Pai will perform a full circular low sweep that will trip a standing opponent on normal or counter hit. By pressing punch kick from Bokutai, she can stagger and knock down a ducking opponent who might be waiting for the sweep. Here's an example of both the quick chop and Bokutai tactics used together. In Final Showdown, Pai has a couple of other useful new moves at mid-range. First is her heel sword, which can be performed by pressing back forward kick plus guard. Although this is a relatively slow move, it will give you advantage even when guarded. Thus, it's a good idea to use it versus opponents that guard frequently. Second is back forward punch plus kick, which not only has great range but also pushes the opponent backward quite far. Here are a few combos that can be done after landing down forward kick plus guard. That's all for now. I'm Jeff Beckham from Sega. Thanks for watching.
Yeah!